David Poile. And you're part of the family,
yes,
Nick, with David Poile.
I am, because David was the first guy to give me a chance in the NHL. I just want to tell you, if you played me more back then, I could have got you to a Stanley Cup final a lot quicker than it took you now.
I was smart when I got you, but not too smart when I traded you away. You ended up winning the Stanley Cup.
That's right.
So.
That's right. Can you draw comparisons, David, to the challenges in Washington and then the challenges to get Nashville here?
Well, it's I think it's. And I guess in a lot of ways it's the same. I mean, you go into every year and my only goal is to try to make the playoffs. I think with parity in the National Hockey League now, you can't look too far ahead. Once you get to the playoffs, then you really feel you have a chance. And there's been a number of times, whether it be in Washington with you and other guys, that I really thought we had a really good chance. But for whatever reasons, unlucky bounce, injury, or any number of things that never happened. This year, especially near the end of the year, our team really started to gel and just felt like you had that chemistry, and a lot of things were happening in the right direction. And there's no question, like when you play Chicago, who's the #1 team in the Central Division, they're the team we're trying to beat all the time, and you beat them 4 straight. Well, that's a shot of confidence that we've never had before, and then you get on that roll. But this has been a fabulous playoffs for us, because when you talk about individuals, it's everybody that's made a contribution. We've used 18 different forwards so far in the playoffs. And usually when that's the case, you'd probably be losing, but everybody's making a great contribution, and that's one of the reasons why we're here.
A lot of general managers joke that once the playoffs start or the finals start, they have nothing to do. I'm just wondering, after the first 2 games, did you meet with anyone? Did you ask to talk to anyone in particular about the way it was going?
Yeah, I've talked to a few guys, not too many. I mean, a couple of guys said the first thing is that you're probably 10 pounds overweight and you're eating and drinking too much, which is absolutely true. The other part of it is that we have lots to do. This is a busy time for managers. I mean, planning for the expansion draft, the entry draft, free agency, and I just find that you're a little bit paralyzed right now in terms of what you can or want to do. But it'll all get done at the end of the day. This is a good problem to have.
I don't want to scare the kids who go to the Oakville Hockey Academy, but Brian, go ahead and roll this footage and see if David Poile knows what this is. I think this is the night you came of age. This is October 30th, 2003. It's Jamie Allison fighting Darren McCarty, ironically. So last night was the anniversary of Detroit's first cup. That was fight night. You remember it, David. You went into the playoffs, ironically, and met Detroit, and you were 2-2 after 4 games. Remember how emotional it all was? And then they got you with early goals in games 5 and 6. So here you are in the same scenario.
It's interesting you just showed that, because I was thinking about the same things today, because Kenny Holland, they had the top team in the league, and we didn't play so great in Detroit, and we came home, won 2 games, and Kenny was telling me, like, years after the fact, that he says, you don't know how scared we were. Right. And I'm sort of kind of correlating that to tonight, even though they're the champions. I mean, we've got to play with confidence. You always got to believe that you can win, and usually when you do that, things come out the right way. But I think that's ironic that you just showed that.
David, I got to ask you about the response in Nashville with the fans. It blew our mind in terms of the energy and the excitement. Has it gone beyond your expectations of a Stanley Cup final there?
It sure has. I mean, it's been, like I said, 20 years ago I had a vision of how it would be, but this has been fantastic. I mean, our franchise has had some ups and downs with some ownership things and what have you, but man, does it ever feel good today in terms of everything that we got going with this franchise on and off the ice. I mean, you talk about a 7th player award for your organization. Well, we got about 17,000 in the stands every night and about 50,000 outside the building every night. It is as good as it gets.
David, your dad, Bud's an icon. Don, his brother, I met Donna and Maureen, his daughters. I mean, it's been such a family thing, but it's been focus first, so congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's great that the Predators are making a solid contribution to the National Hockey League and to hockey.
Sure are. Lester Patrick Award winner, I should mention, David Poile, like his dad. Only 6 times that's happened, father and son. So here we go. Nashville or Smashville at Pittsburgh, Game 5.